What's up everyone? Today I have for you what is, in my opinion, the strongest custom pack setup you can go for nowadays. That will obviously be subject to change whenever the new update rolls out and like 50 new custom exclusive pets get released. But for now I believe this is the objectively strongest thing you can go for, and I will share the pack code in the description, so in case you want to go for something similar, you're more than free to do so. The premise of this build is going to be get lots of summons early, and later on we will actually pivot into heavy scaling with Bird of Paradise and Sauropod. For this run that I'm showing off in the video, I deliberately chose to showcase a run that actually got pretty bad luck, so you can see that even if you do get quite unlucky, you can replicate the success of this build. Here I find the stock which one might take. The pack is stacked in such a way that for every tier the stock has some incredible summons it can get, so it is always a good pickup. Typically you want to go Stork and Spider, maybe put some sheep in there, but most importantly you want to have a Secretary Bird. Secretary Bird extremely powerful, maybe deserves a nerf, but many people don't talk about it, but yeah, it's super powerful. It's going to be providing the temporary scaling and providing the wins early on. And the other option you have, in case you don't hit summons, is what I am doing right here. You can see I am not rolling into stocks, I am not rolling into spiders, so what I'm going to go for instead is actually a XP build with the Ogo Pogo. I believe the pack has Lucky Cat, so that is another source of temporary scaling you can be using to get some quick wins. Lucky Cat also very nicely provides some gold onto the team, which is going to be quite necessary in order to pull off a successful pivot. So here we go, we find the Lucky Cat, we're going to freeze it this turn, we're hoping to see 2 of them next turn. For now we are going to be relying on this level 2 deer in battle to be strong enough for us to win, which it seems like it is. Bunyip doing a lot of work as well actually. Level 2 Bunyip with 6 attack gets a massive amount of HP, so it can quite easily clean up some opponents. And yeah, I think we have a very good setup right now. We have 0 summons outside of the deer, but the setup that we do have is generating us a lot of gold. And the summon itself is extremely powerful, so you can see we have not lost yet. Which is exactly what you want, because from turn 7 to 11 you're going to be very vulnerable while you're pulling off the pivot. But most of the time, if you can preserve 5 hearts like we have, and believe me, you will get luckier than I am being right now, you should be perfectly fine. Here we find a level on the Cyclops. Cyclops also exists in the pack to help out the Ogo Pogo plus Lucky Cat synergy. It's also a very good tempo pet, it provides some mana snipes. Here it's not going to save us though, because they have 2 massive units with Garlic. So yeah, kind of an unlucky matchup there, we suffer our first defeat. Typically a little bit too early, you don't want to suffer defeats this early, but I think it's going to be fine regardless. Next turn, if we can hope to level up into something like a Sauropod or Bird of Paradise or even a cat, we will be extremely happy. You saw for a second there, Caterpillar is also in the pack. If you have very heavy tempo, you can take a Caterpillar turn 7 and it will level up by itself on turn 9, therefore giving you a free level up, which is something you want to consider from time to time. But here we go, this time we're going to be taking multiple level ups. Level 3 Lucky Cat in a single turn, which I believe I am going to take. And you can see some of the tier 6s we have in the pack. Hydra, Cobra, Lionfish. They're good standalone units, but believe me, we don't want to be picking those up yet. Instead we want to be taking this Sauropod in the shop. There is a very particular reason for those strong units to exist in the pack, but I will show that off a little bit later. For now we are going to be using the abilities of the Ogo Pogo and the Cyclops in order to get some mana snipes, hopefully getting us a win in the process, which thankfully we do. Like, keeping 4 hearts on turn 10 with this kind of mediocre setup that we have had so far is actually kind of incredible. Here I think we're going to commit fully to the pivot. I see a crow in the shops, therefore I want the level 2 sauropod. Level 2 sauropod going to be extremely important. We want to generate as much gold as possible. Once again, we get unlucky with the level ups. Like, the only thing we're interested in is a sauropod or a bird of paradise, or maybe a cat as well, and from 5 level ups we have seen only one of those, so that is kind of unfortunate, but hey, on the other hand we do get a level 3 sauropod by turn 10, so that is quite impressive. With sauropod you can actually pull that relatively reliably, I believe. Here I think we should be losing. Our team is looking a little bit weak. A level 2 deer and a level 3 sauropod with 8 mana I don't think are going to be strong enough to continue getting wins on turn 10. Yeah, basically we get demolished right here, but that is perfectly fine because now we are perfectly set up for the pivot. All that we need is a bird of paradise or a cat. I believe in this instance in particular I am looking for the bird of paradise because I did get a bonus clip using the cat, so I wanted to diversify a little bit. But here we go, we find another sauropod which we will not say no to. It's very nice having a level 3 sauropod on the team already because that generates you a lot of gold which you can use to find the units that you need. And here we go, from the 5th or 6th level up we finally find a bird of paradise, so we indeed take it. Another cat in the shop. We could have had a level 2 cat by now, but I chose to deliberately nerf myself in order to show off the combo. Regardless though, we get a level 2 bird of paradise which the Cyclops makes level 2.33, which is absolutely incredible, with triple sauropod on the team already. This deer is about to go next turn, I believe, if we manage to find something better. But yeah, I believe this is still not strong enough for us to win this turn, which is once again perfectly fine. Like, our opponent is scaling with a Babusi and a Husky, which is going to look very cute in comparison with our future scaling, so we're just going to be enjoying ourselves on this turn in particular. Lettuce is in the pack, sushi is in the pack. You typically want to be buying lots of foods because that way you get your gold back with the sauropods, and that way you can get more triggers with the bird of paradise. You can see we're generating so much gold that I actually get to be picky about what foods I get to eat. Here I chose to take double sushi. Cornucopia also in the pack because it's very neat working with the sauropod. Cornucopia itself is a purchase of a food which triggers the ability of the sauropod, and then when you buy the free food that actually triggers the ability of the sauropod once again. So just for the cost of 3 gold you can activate all of your sauropods twice, which with this kind of setup is going to result in over 12 gold I believe, which absolutely insane stuff. Here we lose once again, but it's once again perfectly fine because we're mid pivot. We are not allowed to have any more losses, but I don't think we'll be losing anymore because we will be getting massive stats on this turn. We're getting some equipment on this turn as well. Avocado works perfectly well with the bird of paradise because it transfers 3 gold over to the next turn, allowing you to get more buffs. Here I might take a stake just to make sure that we don't lose. We have greeded long enough, but yeah, you're about to see the real benefit of this run pretty soon. Once our sauropods start reaching 50-50 stats, you will see what really makes this build so overpowered and what makes me believe that this is the best build that you can make in custom packs. So I think this might be the turn where we get to show that off. We get the cornucopia, we can exercise the effect right here of the free food actually triggering the ability of the sauropods, and we also freeze a Competo. Both Competo and Water Youth are in the pack. This chicken leg is frozen because if we were to use it now it would give us too much gold and we would actually lose some of it, so I think we buy the chicken leg now. Maybe it's even worth it to buy the bird of paradise in the shop, but I chose not to. And you can see why this build is actually so overpowered. We use Competo on the sauropods once they have been scaled up, and they start transforming into leopards and lionfish. And you saw the other units that we had in the pack as well. We have Highland Cow, we have Hydra, we have Behemoth I believe as well, so we can even go up to 100 worth of stats. And in the single turn, look at what happened to our team. All of a sudden we have 2 high attack leopards at level 2 and level 3 respectively. Whoops, now we have 3 leopards actually, my mistake. And we also have a level 2 very chunky lionfish, so I don't know, it's kinda difficult to beat this team I think. Like even if our opponent has a Jersey Devil, it's going to be very difficult for them to win I believe. Here we see a classic example of a summon team. Actually summons plus snipes, but we get to destroy them easily. And I believe this is going to remain true for the rest of the run as well. Keep in mind, I don't even think we hit the best units we could have from the Competo. I think triple leopard is honestly overkill. Like I would prefer to have 1 leopard, 1 lionfish, 1 hydra. Speaking of Jersey Devils, by the way, take a look at this. We get to destroy a Jersey Devil team relatively easily. So yeah, you really want a little bit of everything, but after all, I don't think 3 leopards are that much of a bad thing either. So we're just going to enjoy our win right here. We're going to take a level 3 leopard. We're building towards a level 3 lionfish as well, if there is a next turn, which I doubt there will be. So yeah, typically I would say that this is the last fight of the video, and for this particular run it is, but I really wanted to show off a little bit of a bonus clip at the end there. So please stick around to check that out. Here we go, we went right here. Triple leopard, a lionfish and a bird of paradise, which has yet to be transformed, so we could have gone even higher. But here we go, this is me trying the combo out with double cat and triple sauropod. So instead of bird of paradise we're using the cat. Basically the effect is the same, like you just buy foods, you scale to infinity, and then you just transform your units into something that can actually carry you to the victory. So here we go, we transform here into a bird of paradise, curiously enough. But that is not the real reason why I wanted to show you this little run right here. So I am starting to transform, right? My cat is gone, my sauropod is gone, instead we have some pretty decent units. But right at the end of this turn, we find a slot, so we immediately decide to freeze it. This is the best kind of build you can get a slot in, because the sauropods give you so much gold that you can pretty easily find all the chocolates that you need. And you'll see the ending right here, it's actually quite humorous, so I really hope you enjoy this. Here we're going to buy a lettuce just to trigger the effect of the sauropod. Buying foods actually gives us gold, which is reason enough for us to get it. We get a melon right here, maybe we're planning to combine these sauropods. Another nice thing about sauropod is that when you level it up, it resets its triggers. So when we combine the 2 level 2s into a level 3, we actually get the triggers right back, and you'll see that in action right here. We exhaust the triggers, but now we have them back up again. And now we're going to start rolling for chocolate and the like. Chicken leg I think is going to be decent, but so is Competo. As we said, we really want to transform the units. Now we have 2 Highland cows, so we have 50 trumpets out of nowhere. The slot is starting to scale up. Maybe not the best idea to be buying so many cornucopias actually, because we are missing out on opportunities to buy chocolate. But here we go, we finally buy 1 chocolate. We need to buy 4 more I believe in order to level up the slot to level 3, if that is what we want to do. But we do have the hearts to spare, so as long as we don't win too quickly, I think we should be fine. But once again, this build is absolutely overpowered, and this stonefish right here doesn't stand a chance, so we win extremely easily. And yeah, now we are on turn 16, level 1.5 slot. If I want to lose, I will have to sell one of my big guys in order to make that happen. So unfortunately, this level 250 attack leopard has to go. That is what we must do in order to get the slot ribbon. I already have the slot ribbon, by the way, but I thought it would be kind of funny to go for the level 3 regardless. But yeah, now we have it up to level 2. If we manage to find 3 more chocolates, it will be up to level 3. I kind of want to use the triggers of the sauropod as well, so that they don't go to waste. So we're going to be buying some avocados for the next turn. But yeah, we find 1 chocolate. And I believe we're going to finish off with a shop with 2 more chocolates. Here is one of them, and we're soon going to see the other one. But unfortunately, this build is just too strong for us to lose. So I believe this is going to be the end of the video. I really hope you enjoy it. I really hope that you take this build into customs and try it out. And I really hope that you like, sub, do all the generic stuff, and I will talk to you next time. Take care.